Welcome to the deep dive. Today, we're diving into something that seems simple on the surface, just everyday conversation, right? Specifically, how people talk about their weekends. Our sources are from an easy English conversation recording, but we're going deeper.
Exactly, because what's really interesting is how even these, basic chats are packed.
Yeah.
Packed with relatable human stuff and practical communication tools, too. Our job today is sort of digging out those insights. It's not just the words. It's how we connect using these everyday stories.
Okay, let's get into it then. We're looking at two different weekend stories from these sources. We'll break down some, key words and phrases, and then see how these simple chats can actually be a kind of shortcut to connecting with people. So our sources give us these two people, let's call them Anna and Tom, sharing their weekends. Let's start with Anna. What was her weekend like?
Well, Anna's Saturday sounds like pure relaxation, really. She stayed home, watched a comedy on Netflix.
Okay.
The movie was Yes Day. She said it was funny parents having to say yes to their kids for a whole day.
Yeah, I think I've heard of that. Sounds like a nice escape.
Definitely. And notice how she describes it. Comedy movie, funny film, very concise.
Right. Sets the tone quickly. And Sunday?
Sunday was different. More active, social. She went to the park with a friend.
Okay.
They walked around, took some photos, had coffee. And she mentioned the weather sunny, but importantly, not too hot. Pleasant.
So a real contrast.
Yeah.
Saturday, chilling alone. Sunday, out with a friend. It paints a picture of, balance, doesn't it? Downtime and social time.
It really does. And it brings up that question for all of us, How do we actually balance that, our personal quiet time versus getting out and connecting?
Yeah, that's a good point. Now, let's switch over to Tom, because his weekend, especially Saturday, was pretty different from Anna's Saturday.
Very different. Tom's Saturday was all about chores.
Chores. Okay, like what?
He listed them out. Doing laundry, vacuuming the floor, washing dishes, productive stuff.
The weekend warrior type. Getting things done.
Exactly. It shows this really practical side, right? Using the weekend to catch up on life admin. He even cooked dinner pasta with tomato sauce. And he added that it was delicious.
Nice. So a bit of reward after the work.
Precisely. It highlights how weekends often mix that necessity with enjoyment. You get the chores done, then you make yourself a nice meal.
Totally. But Sunday, for Tom,
yeah,
that was the fun day, as he put it.
Yes, clearly defined. Sunday was for leisure. He went to the beach with his cousin.
Oh, nice. Beach day.
Yeah, they played volleyball, had chocolate ice cream, which he mentioned was his favorite.
Little details like that add personality, don't they?
They really do, and his summary was perfect. A good mix of work and fun.
So if we put Anna and Tom side by side, we get two pretty different, but equally valid ideas of a good weekend.
Absolutely. Anna's is more about relaxation, social ease. Tom's is productivity first, then active fun. Neither is better. They just reflect different needs or maybe just different weekends.
Which leads us neatly into some of the words they used, the actual vocabulary, because these are super useful words for anyone talking about their weekend, right?
Definitely. We heard words like relaxed, simple, but it clearly means, didn't do much, just rested.
Right.
Then technical but common, words like laundry clothes needing washing, or vacuumed, specifically cleaning the floor with that machine.
And common activities like Anna went to the park. These words aren't complicated, but they instantly create a picture.
That's the key. They're accessible. They function like anchors, shared reference points. Yeah. And the sources also give us these simple sentence structures, frameworks almost.
Like what?
Phrases like, I stayed at home, I visited my friend, I went shopping, or in Tom's case, I did laundry. Very simple subject-verb-object or subject-verb-place patterns.
Easy to follow, easy to use yourself.
Exactly. And it makes you think, how much can we actually communicate with just, say, 3 simple sentences describing actions? Quite a lot, it turns out.
Yeah. It's about choosing the right simple actions to share.
It is. It's about conveying the essence, the feel of the weekend, without needing a long story.
So, okay, let's pull this together for everyone listening. What's the takeaway here? We've looked at these simple weekend stories, relaxing with Yes Day, or doing chores, then beach volleyball. They seem basic, but they're packed with insights. Insights into life, sure, but also into just talking effectively.
Yeah, what's so compelling is how these descriptions, using really common words and activities, work as these powerful little blueprints for conversation. They're not just listing facts, they're subtly showing personality priorities.
Without having to spell it all out.
Exactly.
Yeah.
There's a real sophistication in that simplicity. It's about building rapport, that phatic communication we mentioned, connecting on a basic human level.
So for you listening, maybe the lesson is that becoming a better communicator, or even just feeling more informed, it isn't always about learning complex jargon or theories.
Right.
Sometimes it's about mastering this art of talking about the ordinary, the everyday stuff, describing it in a way that connects, that feels real and relatable.
Well said. And maybe that leaves us with a final thought or a question for you to ponder. Think about your last weekend. If you had to describe it in just, say, 3 simple sentences or actions, what would they be? And more importantly, what did those 3 things really reveal about what was important to you or what you enjoyed just then?
That's a great exercise. What your simple summary says about your priorities.
Exactly. There's often more depth in those simple descriptions than we realize.